So I'll go ahead and tell you the story since we're kind of headed in the right direction. I have another story about this place over here, which is Richland Police, I guess. This one's a kind of a cool little story. I want to do a short story about it. But when I was in college, I had to go to like a, psychiatry place for a while, kind of like a rehab kind of thing. They didn't really know if it was drug related or whatever, but I had to spend a couple weeks on a rehab. And one time I went there and I don't know, I saw this guy, he jumped over the fence. So a few moments later, I just went ahead and jumped over the fence too. And I ended up, this is like maybe when I was like mid 90s, I ended up at that Holiday Inn that I was talking about earlier. And I was in my scrubs, and I told the guys like, hey, I left my car down this way or whatever. Can I get a ride to my car? And I was wearing scrubs, so I don't know if he thought I was a nurse, but I was also barefoot too. But he gave me a ride. He dropped me off kind of in this area right over here. And I met this guy who was a security guard, and then this other dude who was his friend, who was actually kind of an ex-criminal type of guy, Marlon Brando type of looking dude, kind of a rebel. And his friend was a security guard, kind of a short, blonde-headed, beefy kind of guy was the security guard, and the other guy was a Marlon Brando looking kind of dude. And I told him my situation. I was like, hey, I was at a rehabilitation center and I don't want to be there anymore. Can I, like, this guy's like, oh, you kind of remind me of your brother. And he let me hang out with him for a couple of weeks or whatever. And then eventually I think my sister said she'd take me back in, and had to go to a court trial and all this other stuff. But it was right next to this TCJC, and I just would hang out on the apartment all day, and then whenever they would smoke pot or whatever, I'd leave because I didn't like the smell of it really. And I remember one night I left because they were smoking weed or something, or maybe they weren't. I don't even remember if they were or they weren't. They probably weren't. But I left, and I was kind of getting. This is like in my 20s. I felt like I was in one of those Terminator movies, Terminator Salvation or something. I don't know, but this is before Terminator Salvation. This was like Terminator 2 Judgment Day kind of thing. I was walking around, and I went to this guy's house, and I was kind of hiding in the bushes, kind of Karen Allen style. And the guy came out. I was like, what are you doing? I was like, well, I was at a party, and they were smoking pot, and I didn't want to be there. Can I get a glass of water? So the guy gave me a glass of water. Well, if you don't want to be there, you shouldn't have to be there if they're smoking weed. I don't know if they were or weren't, but I was getting kind of tired of hanging out with these weirdo guys. It's back in like the maybe mid 90s, maybe like late 90s, like 95, 96 or something like that. But yeah, it was, just kind of young and wandering around kind of thing. That was a long time ago. But anyway, that TCJC is where one of the criminal guys met my mom and stepdad to talk to them about where I was, because I didn't want to go with them because I figured they'd take me back to the rehab. I ended up going back to the rehab and going through all that and getting done with all that kind of craziness. It's like that pole right there pretty much just falling over. I don't know, it's barely holding it. Looks like the man, that's pretty crazy. I got a really funny story about this road, but I'm not going to tell you about it. It was really funny. Friends of mine used to live in the apartments over here. I'd take a friend home. Really funny story. So basically, you have an asset that is working for you all the time. You have several assets or many assets. So then when you buy something, you buy it. You don't really rent it. And then you can buy a business. It's better to buy a business than, to be like a slave. So what he's, basically saying is that there's a difference between a slave and a rich person. And in his mind, Robin Hood is a crook. So I'm thinking about time travel and Primer and Shane Carruth. And what made the film work was it seemed like they were talking about something that they understood and believed that they understood it, and that there was some type of theory with argon gas and oxygen tanks and a storage unit and protein buildup. And so there was, real kind of concentrated thought and philosophies about time travel, and Primer was dealing with maybe some type of theory that maybe the filmmakers were onto something. So it was worth a listen, and it certainly was worth the artistic talent and acting ability that was there, even though some of it is there and then some of it's a little rough-ended, but it was enough to really get the attention of the sci-fi crowd, and they did a pretty good job. I watched half of it last night again. I've seen it before. When I first saw it, I thought it was pretty brilliant, and I don't really know if there was a real theory about time travel or not, but regardless, they were interested in it, and the characters believed it, and of course the actors. There was some good acting. So, is it better than Back to the Future or 12 Monkeys? I don't know. It's debatable. Did they have the theory that was explained as well? I don't really know, but it's interesting because, like YouTube and, this kind of stuff, like, what is the purpose of it? There's so much knowledge there. And it seems like the only way you could really, because some of my stuff on Pigeon 1 talks about time travel, and it seems like the only way you could really, create time travel. I don't know if you could create time travel, but it seems like you'd have to destroy something, then recreate it in its own little black matter kind of thing, So it's like you need a great amount of information to recreate something, whether it be from its DNA code all the way up to the form that it lives in. And the string theory talks about black matter, that there is matter that's the opposite of matter, that there's, you've got something that is and something that is not. So something that does exist, that's right now, and then there's something that's a complete opposite of that, which I guess is what they think black matter is. It's something to be filled because it's not there. It's on the realm of non-existence. So if there's such a thing, then there possibly is a parallel universe. And a lot of people believe that time travel exists only in a parallel universe because they can't concept, or they cannot comprehend the aspect of traveling back in a time that's already been left behind. Stephen Hawking has talked a lot about that in the bubble theories, and talking about the universe and repetition and numbers and stuff like that. But I did have this register that had a glitch in it, so every once in a while I'll be a penny off. And the only way for me to solve the problem in the ledger, I'd always be like a penny off, and there was no way that I could figure it out at all. I'm gonna try to go 88 miles per hour right here. 88 miles per hour, Marty. 88 miles. The only way I could figure it out, let's say if it landed on 88, 88 cents, and it was supposed to be 87 cents. Like, oh, it's supposed to say 87 cents, but it says 88. I'd have to add a penny and take away a penny. And I think that's the essence of time travel, because you're adding something, and in this case it was a 1, then you're taking away that 1, and it would land on 88. Don't know why. It was a glitch in the ledger. It was on a Samsung ledger. I could add 1, then take it away. Because it would be an algorithm or something that would be recreating constantly, taking away from something and then recreating, and it's kind of the opposite of space. Very, very hard to understand. So it's more of a philosophy of occupying something that's not really meant to be occupied, or something that's not even really there. So it's the absence of matter for that sake. The reason why time travel can exist is because if something can be recreated, then that time can be recreated as well. And if that can be put into dark matter, then that parallel universe can actually be recreated, because we're already dealing with cloning and all this other stuff. So it'd be a device that actually recreates, but somehow is tied by a thread in our own universe because of the rhythm of how things are, and can alter, our existence as we know it. So we're like recreating something that we're familiar with, because if we create something, because there's nothing new under the sun, right? So if we create something, we're creating something that we already know. Thus, time would be part of that too. It's a theory of one and nothing, if that makes any sense. So in actuality, time travel actually does exist. It's just people don't understand matter and how it works. There's always a glitch. So understanding the glitch that was in my ledger, or it was checkbook ledger or whatever, which is on a Samsung. Basically what that was probably, it wasn't computing the exact numbers to a certain degree, right? But every mathematician will tell you that somewhere down the line there's always a glitch when you're dealing with high numbers and astrophysics and things like that. This would be simply understanding two theories. One, you'd understand matter, existing particle and wave. You'd have to accept that matter is both a particle and a wave at the same time, which a lot of people don't understand that. Let me tell you this way. Most people do not understand E equals MC squared. They don't understand it. They say they do, but they don't. They don't understand it. Most people can't concept E equals MC squared. But that really doesn't have to do with time travel. Time travel mostly has to do with time dealing in particles and waves and a rhythm. And existing in this rhythm, there's some type of glitch. And finding out what dark matter means, if you can understand that, because most people do not understand the string theory and they don't understand dark matter. But it's not about people that don't understand it. It's about people that believe in it. So just like they said, well, there's no way that you can split an atom and create this massive energy out of something that can't even see with the human eye, yet there's a great amount of energy in splitting an atom. This would be a great amount of understanding of a particle and a wave, and how there's traces left behind, and how dark matter exists. Without that understanding, then time travel would never really be developed, because people would never really be able to explore what dark matter is. Then the parallel universe and things like that start to open up. And Stephen Hawking was had an inkling of understanding of time travel, or very little understanding of it, because we can't see it yet. So we could see the atom, but time travel is more about understanding a theory and then going forward. Even if it sounds crazy or scientific, landing on the moon a long time ago sounded like it was a crazy idea. So it would come off as insane, but until it's taken seriously, then we would never really be able to develop it. So we'd have to first take a serious. Well, looks like we made it. The next drop off kind of cool. It's got a bridge. It's over like a pond between the two apartment complexes. Pretty cool. A little bridge. An apartment complex. I was listening to Bryan Cranston on a podcast called Awards Chatter, and his mom and his dad were Hollywood actors. He was born in Hollywood, but they weren't real famous. They worked with Betty White on a weird show, and his dad wanted to be a movie star, so his dad ran off, and he didn't see his dad for like 11 years. I guess, you know, his mom and his dad had problems, and for 11 years, it's a long time. But he wanted to be a professional baseball player, but he said what held him back from professional baseball was talent.
The place is called Shady's. It's in Richardson. It's like $7.59. It's like burger.
You think that's worth it?
Yeah.
It's $1.50 a bottle.
Oh, that's what you're talking about? I thought you were talking about the burger. I don't feel like staying in the kitchen. I don't care. I'll get one of the damn things to show me.
Oh look, it's Bill Jack. That's dog food.
Oh, that's cool.
That's a premium dog food. It's supposed to make your pet, you know, healthier.
I'm fine with those.
What is it? Which one, Alfredo or chicken tikka masala?
Hey, I bought one of these, but I guess you ate them on your own. I did buy 2
remember.
bags. Yeah, I bought another one. But
Something like that. Yeah, I probably did.
Usually I like this one and add more veggies to it.
All right.
The last time it
$4.
was $2.99. Yeah, I like it when it's $2.99.
Well, we can add veggies to that one.
What do you think?
I don't know. I think I'd like it better than lasagna.
Okay.
Where do you get the veggies? Just any type? Bird's Eye?
No, I just think that Bird's Eye's gotten so expensive these days. At Walmart, this is $5.49. Crazy for your Walmart, it's cheaper. It's usually the pepper and onion mix over here. Usually this has Asian. Oh, thanks.
That's $1.39.
Yeah, not kidney beef. It's gonna be a stir-fry starter. Alright, this one has more noodles in it, but I usually get. Yeah, this is the one I get.
What happened? Did you do that at work?
Just now ago.
On this thing?
I guess so.
What cut you right here? Was it over here? Something cut you?
Maybe that. It's okay.
This cut you?
I don't know what cut me. I'm trying to. Does that cut me? I don't know what it is. Alright. Too bad egg rolls aren't cheaper. Egg rolls something good.
So that has chicken in it.
Yeah. not a lot. Okay. I guess I'm good.
Sushi's pretty good. It's always expensive though. Those are $4.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll spend $4 on it.
Hey, when's Mother's Day? Oh, it is?
This kind of looks good.
Chinese food?
No, not for tonight. It's hummus, red pepper, bruschetta.
Oh, hummus. Oh, it's reduced. Yeah, I still have some crackers.
Still good for a couple more days.
And those apples. I have those 2 things of apples.
Yeah.
Hummus is good with the apples.
Yeah, this would be. What kind of crackers do you have?
Well, I have saltine crackers, and I have apples. Well, they're not really
That'd
crackers.
be good with carrots. Do you have
Yeah,
carrots?
yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Pretty sure it
This
is.
is gonna be my little snack for the morning. Yeah, let's get this. Let's have a good one. Yeah, let's try this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you. Yeah, because you had carrots and then. I don't think I opened the bag. Oh, see, look at that one. Now they have a spicy pickle beer. I didn't see that one. I saw that one the other day. I don't know. A coworker says her daughter likes it. I wouldn't want to waste mine on anything. I have one or two. I don't want to something different. See, you might actually like those.
Crisp apple. Yeah, but it's $11. Looks pretty good.
Yeah. At first, this one guy I was dating, at first I didn't like them. Alright, I guess I'll get one normal.
Discounted wine. I guess 10% off the original.
No.
So we're not going to carry anymore. Most of it is like half off.
Right. They're just saying if you get more than 6, then you get
Oh, I
it.
see. Buy 6 or more.
Mother's Day, the whole week is going to be 25% off.
Oh, really? Wow. Cool.
I guess she's doing upsells.
Doing upsells, right?
You gotta buy 6
That's
bottles.
a sparkling red, though. I don't know what that means.
Golly.
Fruity red or something.
Kroger really kind of bit into it.
Yeah, I know, right?
You're gonna have to get some Neosporin on that.
All right, cool. Thank you, ma'am. You too.
Yeah, you too.
We come in there pretty much every day. All right, man. All right. I guess I'll get my normal beer.
Yeah, this stuff locked up right here.
Yeah, Foster's.
Oh my goodness.
Foster's is kind of heavy.
This is $126 for 1 bottle. It was originally $150.
215. 250. Oh, 217.
$364
Ooh, 364.
for this one right here. Seems like that would be a little bit of a waste of money.
All right. Which one? You want to get the Southwest? No. Alright, that's good.
This is actually pretty good.
We can get that, or we can get like chips, like pita chips and balls. Tried it a few
I like
times.
table crackers.
They're okay. Not my cup of tea. Ooh, not my cup of tea.
Crackers.
Crackers. Alright, come on.
I like those pizza crackers. You ever
Pizza
had?
crackers?
These are Mediterranean herb crackers.
Pizza crackers? I've never.
Sure.
12 ounces.
Put like little tiny things of hummus on it.